I also brought something with me today as a support, which is Mina Keshwar Kamal on my t-shirt. And her quote is, "Afghan women are like sleeping lions. When awoken, they can play a wonderful role in any social revolution." She was assassinated younger than me, just 30 years old in 1978. She, just like so many Iranian women currently, is the embodiment of what a revolution means. That is that the word Azadi encompasses all factors of freedom. It encompasses equality in a free society. So when you hear me today, remember a few things. We must recognize that gender apartheid is taking place right before our eyes. I am Afghan, but I do not represent the women who are being punished by the Taliban and the regime in Iran, because I grew up here, not able to see my homeland. But I am amplifying their voices, and so should you, so can I hear you? So we are not free until the women of Afghanistan and Iran are free. We are here today to fight discrimination and racism. Being from places such as Iran, Afghanistan, Palestine, Yemen, Iraq, Syria, and so many more, our home countries are being bombed with Western bombs, and negotiations are taking place under the false pretenses of diplomacy, with that condoning one of the worst forms of discrimination. It is nothing less than gender apartheid, which is at its worst form in Afghanistan. Currently, women are merely walking wombs for the Taliban. But I have hope that we will stop going back in time. So when you hear me today, please hear many lionesses standing behind me, the legacy of so many courageous revolutionary women. So can I again hear you for them today? What is our common experience here? Who here has a refugee background? Who here is queer? Who here is a person of color? Who here is a feminist? A climate activist? So it's been another nightmare for all of us with these elections. Another fascist political party winning, who will have no say in ruling this country. Look at the track record of Pim Fortuyn and Wilders and Baudet. They will have no success in governing, but nevertheless very dangerous. Because it is precisely these parties who are anti-migration and spreading hate speeches about the majority on this square. Their ideology mirrors how dehumanization continues. The fascist BBB party leader keeps ranting that she stands for the normal people. What people? What is the norm for her? The norm is not people looking like me who day in, day out has to explain where she is from. Never so often than in the Netherlands do we get othered. It has to do with exactly these ideologies that keep winning. To the question where I am from, I will say the daughter of an Afghan mother. I come from her womb, and this country is just as mine as it is yours. If you like our Syrian food in the restaurants, when you love to dress yourself in our cultural attire, when you pollute our countries that results into climate refugees, then stop also voting for fascist parties and your selective activism. It was difficult to get up this morning to this because it is not my first time standing at a demonstration. Then I thought of the children sleeping in Camp Moria being discriminated. The children having to sleep in Ter Apel in tents. Dutch kids with hateful signs about refugees shoved in their hands by their fascist parents. Iranian girls being poisoned while trying to be educated. Afghan girls denied their right to be educated, denied their right to exist on the streets. And I realized that if I stood like this in a country like Afghanistan or Iran, I would get assassinated just like Mina on my t-shirt. So unlike the non-voters and voters for BBB who take their democracy for granted, I stand here embracing the freedom for democracy for the next generation, not in our home countries. For them I scream, Azadi!
Azadi!
Azadi, Azadi, Azadi!
Azadi!
So what do we mean with no one is free until we are all free? What is the link between the women of Afghanistan and Iran and us here at this dumb square? a revolution happening elsewhere, a war happening elsewhere, but there are people fleeing, coming to our country like the Netherlands is a mirror of your compassion as a country. The way we receive refugees is a mirror for the people of the Netherlands, and they are breaking that mirror because they don't want to see the ugly truth. The ugly truth is that Premier Rutte is shaking hands a few days ago with an Iranian activist, Masih Ali-Nejad, and saying he stands in solidarity, screaming woman life freedom, but does nothing about the young girls sleeping in tents in Ter Apel who are from those same countries. If you are in solidarity screaming woman life freedom, then stop killing the sons and brothers of these mothers and daughters at the EU borders. So no, we are not free until all of us are free. In Farsi we say, Ta ke hame yaki nashim, yaki tamam mishim. So what can we do? We find solace in togetherness, just like at this Dam Square. We need to unite, especially now, as I said, looking at the election results. Not just this past week, but over decades now, people of color wake up with horrific results. A fascist party has won, but once again, it's the first time I've also seen so much unity between activists and understanding that climate change is all connected. Refugees not being welcomed is all connected. Our revolutions in our country, it's all connected. So we will not give up on training the compassion of the Western countries and being their mirror, even if we see that they are being intolerant, even if we see that they are more compassionate receiving Ukrainian refugees versus any other refugee of color. Because I truly believe that that's not the majority. We do not have a minority issue. The majority wants equality, but we need new leaders. We need new energy. Now I want to hear you for the boy who is being beaten at the borders, for the girls who are being poisoned, for the Syrians, the Afghans, the Palestinians, the Yemenis drowning in the sea. And we will overcome. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. So, we will be marching in a minute, and something has really inspired me, and I will like to end with that. I saw a fragment of universities in Afghanistan and in Iran where they chant Azadi, 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 Azadi. And I want you to chant with me, and we will go faster and faster.
Okay, let's get ready.
Now we're gonna start slow. Azadi, Azadi, Azadi. 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 Now clap your hands and jump. Azadi, 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 Azadi. Azadi, 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 Azadi. Azadi, 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 Azadi. Azadi, 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 Azadi. Now remember, we are all together when we're marching. I want all of you to hear Azadi. Thank you very much.